Today we're heading up Incline Trail, and this is going to be probably the last run that I have on a trail before that was magical. Today we're heading up Incline Trail in Maple Ridge, and this is probably going to be the last run I have on a trail before we give this challenge a go. In all honesty, I've been super lazy with my training, and I think that's because in my head somewhere I want to see how I can do with preparing as little as possible. So really my training comes from a place of not wanting to get injured rather than an objective of increasing my time. My biggest fear going into this definitely is getting injured, landing in the wrong spot, or slipping, falling, taking a wrong step. I've had some issues with my knee lately, so I've been really keeping an eye on that as I'm going through this and listening to my body. I don't want to be going to the hospital for any reason other than my surgery next week. But thinking about the concept of training to have a better time, it makes me realize that this kind of challenge is possible for anybody if you have the time. Because in reality, if you are able to do this, if you're able to hike and you have all day to do it, realistically, anybody could just put one foot in front of the other over and over and over again and do the same thing. So I guess I am a little bit worried about my time in being that I don't want it to take more than 8 hours, I think is what we've decided on. It would be great to have around 6 hours of moving time and 8 hours out on my feet altogether, including lunch and breaks. And having that time slot being so long, that also gives me a lot of room in the future to improve that time. Because this is really the first time I'm doing anything with a challenge that can be measured with time and distance and elevation. So I hope that in the future I can take this experience, not hurt myself, and then push myself even harder the next time. What I've been doing with my training trails is trying to pick something that has more challenging elements than the actual Elk Mountain Trail. Because if I'm training on this, having to avoid all these rocks and different hazards that don't exist on elk, it'll feel so much easier, and the incline on elk it's not comparable to this. A lot of people ask me how they can have better endurance and train for hiking and for longer trails. The idea behind training is obviously to have proper nutrition and health, and so that you feel good physically doing this, but also you need to be able to stay on your feet with what's in your backpack for X amount of hours. And that's where the mental training comes in. I know that I can stay on a trail for 8 hours plus, so having that advantage already in my mind, I know that this is possible for me to do. Once you get past 3 hours on a trail, you can do 6. Once you pass 6, you can do 8. Knowing that I can do 8 hours plus on a trail, that makes me feel much more confident mentally. I just have to add on the physical. If you found this video to be entertaining, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe below if you haven't already. Keep your eyes out for the final episode of Challenge by Choice, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.